Shalom Akim. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I'd like to turn to the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makah Kodash. I'd like to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do it well, teach well. Without further ado, I'm going to go into the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 4. The book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 4, and it reads, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient with our change to a low state." This is going to be a quick lesson, man, but just wanted to hit the point on these, man. There's going to be things in this truth, man, whether it be bodily ailments, physical things, mental things to a certain extent, where, we're going to have to go through, man. But what does this scripture say right here? Deuteronomy, Salakia. That's not it. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 in the KJV, this is it. "There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." Things gonna be like I said, physical, mental, can be a mix of both. Financial issues, hardships in this flesh, man. With your woman, with your wife, your kids. It depends on what's brought upon you, man. But what does the scripture say, though? The Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able to, man. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. These things that you go through, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is gonna find, he's gonna find a way for you, man. You just gotta believe and, keep praying, fasting, and doing your due diligence in his work. Speaking of myself first and foremost, it's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 3, and it reads, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach." Just as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua suffered, man, we gonna suffer too, man. It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 12. "Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fury of trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened to you." This isn't no strange thing, man. Let's get this real quick. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 13, "But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahushua's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy." See, these things, hey, we take we gotta take our own lot of suffering in this thing, man. Gotta keep on pushing, man. 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 14, "Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature." The weak nature of, this flesh, man. Let me see. Let's see. Salakia. There we go. Affections. There we go. Colossians 3, chapter 3, verse 2. And it reads, "Set your affection on things above, not on things on earth." We shouldn't worry about what's going on down here, man. Too late in the game for that. 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 1. I'm going to start at verse 1. "And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent to me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great." And it reads, "But put the entrance were narrow and like a river, Who then can go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. This place is Babylon is, a broad gate, man. They got things you can do to feed the flesh, man. Things that are appealing to the flesh. Verse 7, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left of deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Keep going. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Because of their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now was done. Then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. The interests of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those things that are laid up for them. If you keep just feeding the flesh, man, not doing your due diligence to receive salvation, man, then, you're going to get judged, man, by death, by the second death, man. Judged by death, man. The same I know it by death, by pain, man, roughly paraphrasing. Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as they have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. These things we got to do with fear and trembling, man. With fear and trembling, because we're coming into a trying time, man. I have temptation to try the whole world. So you want to make sure you're doing your due diligence, and showing your putting your full most effort, man. Not giving into the flesh. Not being too caught up in the worldly affairs. Talking to myself first and foremost, because this is a true thing, man. We already seen all these earthquakes happening around the world. Colombia, then Indonesia just got hit with one. Back to back, man. It's hitting back to back. Like those birth pains is getting closer and closer, man. So what does that mean? Yahushua is about to crack the sky. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, that same shall be saved. These things are coming, man. I'm going to just get this real quick. Matthew 24 and 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. You got to watch out with these false prophets out here, man. Leading the flock astray into the slaughterhouse. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You see? All these things are coming, man. Verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Take heed, brothers and sisters, man, to what's coming. But with that, I hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. I'd like to turn to the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Mukakudash, Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Brakatham.